Hello and welcome to Scooped, the ice cream review podcast where we try all the cone creations, signature slushes, and frozen foods on the East Coast to give you the ultimate scoop. My name is Holly Hagman, and with me is my co-host, husband, and ice cream connoisseur, Paul Percivali. Paul, what happened when the ice cream cone was angry?
Oh, it melted down.
Okay, you know what? I'll just leave. I'll see myself out. I'm getting predictable. I don't like it.
I did it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He had a meltdown.
Hell yeah, okay.
I'll just see myself out.
Goodbye.
Okay, in our last episode, we reviewed Duck Donuts, which we placed at the B tier level, and for this episode, we are reviewing an independent ice cream shop with a dog as their mascot, Beenie's Ice Cream.
And he's a good dog.
Yeah, he was a cutie.
Or he was, yes.
Yeah. But, as per usual, we're gonna kick things off with the background about the ice cream shop, and there is quite the story, so take it away, Paul.
Alright. So, about our ice cream. As told by Tony, homemade means different things depending on which ice cream shop you visit. There are a few reasons why our ice cream is so special. We are the only ice cream shop in the area that purchases milk cream and sugar to blend our own ice cream base, aka dairy mix, in-house. In-house, how fancy. Mm-hmm. We also use high-quality ingredients for flavorings, with a few exceptions I'll share below. Back in late 2016, during the planning stages of opening Beenie's, I did my due diligence and researched to the best of my abilities what other ice cream shops offered. Of 20 ice cream shops in the area, 6 did not sell homemade ice cream, and the remaining 14 made their homemade ice cream using pre-made dairy mix. Sold from one of about 4 different companies that make it. Same with the flavorings that were added to the mix to create the flavors. I thought, how can we make our ice cream taste different and better from all the other options in the area if everyone is buying, mixing, and gets their flavors from the same 4 suppliers? The answer was making our own base and literally sourcing ingredients from dozens of different suppliers to make unique and rich tasting flavors. It's more work and our costs are higher, but we are grateful for the opportunity to be here and make people happy with experiencing different flavors. My God, this is long.
I know. Do you want to take a breather? And
no,
we'll
it's
chat
good. I'm good.
We'll just chat about that
info?
Then
yeah, go ahead.
So, I can confirm that this is all true because I have a student who used to work here. They will
They don't anymore.
They don't anymore. They quit for reasons that we'll talk about. Off mic.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they were telling me that, we should try this place because exactly what it says in their story. They only use, they make their own ice cream base, which is a thing that most places don't do. Even if they say homemade ice cream, the, homemade base is the same at a lot of places, and then they add stuff from there.
So they were having her do this or something? Or she was just selling it? I don't know,
she just, explained it to me.
Okay.
That's a real thing that they do, so.
I was about to say, so she knows the secret, recipe.
I guess. She might.
I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
But anyway, what are we?
Go ahead.
You have to keep going.
Oh, then where am I at?
Making our own dairy base.
Making our own dairy base also allows us to actually infuse flavors with milk. We extract flavors naturally from lavender flowers, coffee, cereal, tea, donuts, and other fun foods. So what, they actually ground up their own lavender?
Mm-hmm, and they steep it in the milk that they use for the base that they make in-house, and that's why it tastes the way it does.
And she told you about this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good for them.
Yep.
I'll admit there are some ingredients we use that others have. For example, the coffee Oreo uses a common coffee flavor that other shops may purchase, only because it's a taste that other customers grew up with and love. We do make a coffee flavor in our unique Beenie style, called Chipada's Cold Brew Ice Cream, and surprisingly, Our sales between the two coffee flavors we carry is about 50-50. We make both because it's what our customers want. On the other end, some ingredients are unrealistic for us to make in-house. We are not an entirely from-scratch shop. Some flavors are, some aren't. We're not splitting ice cream beans and bottling our own extract.
Beans.
Oh. Yeah, ice cream beans.
Cream beans.
They grow on the ice cream plant.
I want an ice cream tree for our next holiday.
Yes, but
birthday.
The only problem is you have to grow them in Antarctica.
Oh, bummer.
We're not splitting vanilla beans and bottling our own extract, but we do purchase a very expensive, pure Madagascar bourbon extract from an upscale brand others don't know about. Which, we both tested that, didn't we?
I didn't. Did you?
Yeah, from the cherry. Like that. Isn't that what that black cherry thing was?
I didn't try that one. You did.
Oh, well, it was okay.
Okay.
I probably would have got it if it wasn't for the chocolate chips.
Oh, I see.
Let's see.
And we're extremely proud
to use. I could go on forever, but to wrap up, our success can be described as this. I focused on a good location and good ice cream. If we failed, I'd at least know that it wasn't because of a bad location and that we served bad ice cream. All the opening costs went into making sure those two things were locked down. We're so thankful for the recognition we get from our loyal customers that taste the difference in our ice cream and who continue to allow us to passionately serve. Yeah, that was a mouthful.
It was a lot, but I think it's useful to hear about because it gives us perspective, because one of our critiques of this place was that it was kind of pricey.
Yeah.
And this explains at least why that is.
Right.
So.
That makes sense.
I thought that was kind of cool. So, anyway.
So we can kind of give them a small pass there.
Yeah. So that was the background about the shop specifically, and on the website they have a section that is very specific. It says about the owners and managers. So we're going to learn a little bit more about the people who started the business and own it and manage it now.
Okay.
So first of all, we have...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm going to beat you to death with that Tetris game. And it's going to take a while because it's really small, guys.
Yeah, well, you know what? I can focus better sometimes on stuff when I have something going on in my hands.
Sure.
That's a thing with people with ADD, you know.
I know it's a thing, but you're going to have to... I don't know how you're going to read things and play Tetris at the same time.
I don't know.
It's gonna be a challenge.
Well, then I will stop. I mean, I'm not, I don't know, a dolphin. I can't partition my brain.
Can dolphins do that?
Yeah. Dolphins partition their brains so that they could, So basically, the reason they do it is because when they're sleeping, they need to always be aware. So what they do is they sleep with half of their brain at a time.
I am learning stuff today.
Yeah, but dolphins sleep with half their brain for a while, and then half their brain, the other side of their brain later.
No wonder they're evil.
Yeah, they're sleep deprived all the time. But anyway, that's a thing.
Okay.
That's your fact for the day.
I have learned some stuff about dolphins.
And don't you remember the line from...
Hope you have too.
Don't you remember the line from Zaragoza where Ichan was talking about how he wonders if Akane could partition her brain like a dolphin?
No.
You don't?
No.
Oh, I guess I'm the one who remembers these things because when you're editing an audiobook, you literally have to listen to it like 8 times to get it done.
I don't recall that specific dialogue, but anywho... Let's meet Tony. Tony's one of the owners, and we have to learn about him right now. So, in between a few semesters of design classes and playing drums professionally in New York City, Tony had a job as an assistant manager at an ice cream shop.
Mm-hmm.
Tony's got a lot going on.
He doesn't.
He discovered his love of creativity could be channeled into business. He found himself immersed in designing ways to improve the ice cream novelties and store decor, organizing the operations, and building genuine relationships with customers who enjoyed his work. With a mind full of original ideas on how the ice cream industry could go from good to great, and ambitions of having full creative control of his own vision, he set out to open his own shop, Beenie's.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm. I'll say so. In his free time, he enjoys watching movies, joking with friends, and working on house projects. He's enthusiastic about the mid-century modern period of design.
The what?
Mid-century modern. Do you like?
So is that like somewhere between contemporary and classic?
Yeah. So mid-century modern homes kind of look like my parent, like this
house?
current house. Hold on, like I'm gonna pull up some pictures and I'll put them in the.
You'll put them in the podcast.
In the podcast.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. I've never, as much as I am an artistic person, I've never really been one for like architecture.
This is more modern looking than mid-century.
I feel like you're more about architecture. You like paid more attention to architecture than I would.
Well, I only know this because I watch a lot of House Hunters, to be honest with you. So, like, apparently,
and I do not.
apparently, this is a kitchen that is considered mid-century modern. It's still got
I see how
it's got modern.
It looks wooden
finishes, but it has that mid-century wood look.
Yeah,
at a lot of places,
All right, it's kind of like somewhere between classic and modern.
Yeah, it's in between. It's like the mid-century,
yes.
Modern. Yes. Okay. So I don't know what that has to do with ice cream, but thank you, Tony, for telling us about your favorite type of architecture.
Yes.
And other than Tony, we have to learn about Andrea. So could you want to tell us about Andrea?
Sure. Andrea is an ice cream lover born and raised in Merida, Mexico. Andrea grew up with a large family and completed her BA in social communication, with dreams of exploring the world and improving her English. Her parents supported her decision to come to New Jersey on a work visa, and she met Tony only a few weeks before she was planning on returning home to Mexico. Their few dates together were working on the opening of Beanies. So wait, they're
a couple. They're together. I don't know if they're married or they've been happily married since 2019.
Yeah, but it says their first few dates together were working on the opening of Beanie. So he was putting her to work even before she before they got together.
Well, read what they did.
Oh, okay.
For this. Going to Home Depot and IKEA together.
Painting the store and testing ice cream recipes.
Which sound like great dates, to be honest.
Yeah, that's interesting. Tony felt like he found a life partner, and Andrea admired his passion and determination to make things happen. They've been happily married since 2019, and in her free time, Andrea enjoys FaceTiming her family and friends, growing her collection of houseplants, reading, and volunteering at nursing homes for the elderly.
Aw, that's nice.
Oh, I'm gonna kill this cat.
Well, that seems extreme.
As long as he doesn't step on the keyboard.
Yeah, we're fine.
All right.
So that's Andrea. So Tony and Andrea own Beanies together.
And now, though, we have to talk about the most important character in this story.
Yes, the most important employee ever, aka Beenie. So Beenie was a beloved dog, and we are going to hear about his story right now. So, Beenie was rescued in 2001 from a border collie farm in upstate New York. His previous owner tied him to a tree on the property, knowing the farm would find him and take him in? What?
Oh, that's fucked up.
It's a weird sentence.
That's messed up.
That's a weird sentence anyway. Okay. We brought him home, and he lived 16 love-filled years with us, being a weird, wacky dog. He had a high-pitched, singing type of bark. And
singing?
Uh-huh.
Put him on the dog choir.
Is that a thing?
I hope it is.
And his hobbies included biting and barking at rocks.
Biting rocks?
No, just biting and then barking at the rocks.
Oh, okay.
We preferred to think he was using his imagination and that he was pretending they were rodents. He was part Schnauzer, and terriers were originally bred to hunt rodents, so that explanation fits. He passed shortly after we opened the shop, noticeably becoming weaker during the time I decided to name the shop after him in the months prior.
His soul was absorbed by the store, and he became the store.
Yes. I thought Beenie would be a great way to communicate the love and humor that's present at our ice cream shop. Also, our flavors are special, like how Beenie was special to us.
Oh, that's cute.
Well, now I'm gonna cry. I'm crying in the club right now, guys.
No, don't cry.
Yeah.
Cry later.
Okay. Suck them back in.
Yeah, there we go.
Anyway. So, Beenie is clearly a big inspiration for this ice cream shop.
I mean, clearly, they got the name.
We have... His presence is very well felt when you're in there. Like, the logo is a dog, and then, of course, they have the picture of the actual Beenie in the
He looked
shop.
like a good boy.
He did look like such a good boy, and of course we'll include that in the episode for you.
Yes, of course. Everyone loves dog pictures.
Yes, that's like the most important thing on the
internet.
internet.
Especially celebrity dogs.
Yes, like Beenie.
Right.
So, at this point, we're going to get into the signature dishes.
Okay.
And what Beanie's, the shop, not the dog, has to offer.
All right.
So,
here we go.
Here we go.
So, they have traditional scooped ice cream, and that includes over 25 flavors, like black cherry amaretto. Oh, that's the one that I tested.
Tried, yeah.
Cinnamon toast crunch, honey lavender, Minecraft, yes. It did look very Minecrafty.
Yes.
And vanilla beanie.
Yes. I get it, it's a pun.
Yes. I do like puns, so yeah. They also have dairy flea flavors.
for Beenie?
Yeah.
Dairy flea flavors?
Yes, dairy flea flavors. Chocolate, mango sorbet, mint chip, s'mores, birthday cake, cookies and cream, cookie dough, and strawberry hibiscus sorbet.
Well, that's different.
They had that they had the hibiscus sorbet at Gabriel's Fountain.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that.
I didn't like it that much either.
You said it wasn't bad though.
It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good either.
Okay, well, anyway.
And then there's also the Vault. I don't know what the Vault is, but...
It says right next to it.
Oh, pints only flavors. So you have to buy large amounts to get these?
I believe so, yes.
So, butter pecan, Dr. Darkness. Ness. Interesting. Why did they skip the S?
No idea. But I don't think they did because I saw... See, this is where it confuses me because the website says that these are pint-only flavors. However, when we went, I'm 99% sure Dr. Darkness was one of the options.
And it was spelt with 2 S's?
The menu. And it is spelled with 2 S's.
So they just done messed up.
Yes, there's a typo on the website.
Okay. Gluten-free Oreo, jelly donut with sprinkles. I remember seeing that in the store. That looked cool. Midnight snack, pistachio nut, rosemary olive oil. What the heck? Okay.
That one wasn't on the menu when we went.
I would have asked for a sample of that.
Yeah, because just to know.
And Thai iced tea.
Thai iced tea was on the menu.
I didn't see it, but I don't know if I would still try it.
We missed a lot of weird ones that we probably should have asked for samples of.
Yeah, probably. Anywho.
Like, what is cherry blossom? How is that different from the cherry that you had?
I don't know. But I would like to know.
Yeah. Well, as if these weren't enough, they also have rotating seasonal flavors such as apple cider sorbet, pumpkin cheesecake ice cream, and apple pie cinnamon roll ice cream. And probably more that, they come up with new stuff all the time.
He's such a cat.
Thump. Anyway, they also have some fun novelties like ice cream tacos. Evidently, you can get soft serve with all these other flavors available. I don't know why you would. They have something called the Beanie Belgian, which is a hot waffle situation with ice cream. And then something I thought was confusing to me. Something called a lava shake.
So is it like dark chocolate or something?
No, it's an ice cream flavor made into a hot beverage.
Ice cream flavor made into a hot beverage.
So I guess they take your ice cream and
it's like a milkshake.
But hot.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's why it's called a lava shake, because it's warm. I don't know. Seems strange to me.
Fascinating.
And then, of course, they have your ice cream cookie sandwiches, and they also make custom ice cream cakes upon request.
Okay.
So, lots of fun things going on at Beanie's.
I feel like to be a functioning member of the ice cream world nowadays, you have to be willing to make cakes.
Yeah, because you know what? For a long time, I'm pretty sure Carvel had the market on ice cream cakes.
But everyone seems to be fighting them over it now.
There's so many places that make ice cream cakes, and not just like, regular classic chocolate vanilla ones, but like custom, pick your flavor,
Fancy
fancy
ones.
pants ice cream cakes. So it's pretty cool.
Yes.
In addition to some of the stuff, I'm just kind of ad-libbing now because I want to talk about their really pretty menu board. They have like custom drawn little planks that go up on the menu board based on what's available at the time. And
I think I remember those.
Yeah, they're really pretty, and each one is different for the different flavors. So they have like this is what was on. I'm going to post obviously what was on the board the day we went. But yeah, Dr. Darkness was available. So was the Midnight Snack, which was another one I think that you said was on in the pints only thing. So I don't know what was going on there.
Maybe there was such a clamor for it.
Maybe. But some other things that are on the menu board that we didn't talk about yet are something called Vanilla Banana, which looks to be banana ice cream with vanilla wafers.
Uh-huh.
Brambleberry Blast.
Brambleberry. You know what? What's a bramble?
I don't know. I feel like this is like a mixed berry situation. Cotton candy, which sorry. Dunkaroos ice cream, which could be interesting.
Yeah, I feel... on a side note, I feel like cotton candy is definitely like a last resort kind of ice cream for me. Because I feel like most places have it, but I would never choose it for second or third.
It's a kid ice cream.
Yeah.
It's a little kid flavor.
I get it, honey. I get it.
You have evolved as a person.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna get me for that.
No, it's alright. Nutella pretzel, Reese's with a spoon instead of Reese Witherspoon.
I saw that one.
That's clever.
They had funny celebrity names.
Yeah. Honeycomb, cherry blossom, Thai iced tea. Yeah, we should have tried more stuff.
We should have. But I just figured that I'd go with, my tried and true and see how it compares against the other places.
That's fair. And I went with something that is one of my favorite flavors, but I don't get it everywhere because it doesn't exist everywhere.
Uh-huh.
So, it was a whole thing.
That makes sense, too.
Yeah. And it was pretty. I can't wait to talk about it. Can I talk about it? Is it time?
I mean,
or
I guess you could.
Should we talk about our day in Morristown first?
I guess we could. Do we only talk about the stuff before we go to, before we went to Beanie's, and then we talk, during... Alright, so we went to two places when we were in Morristown, is, the context. So, we went and did stuff before we went to Beanie's, and then we went and did stuff after we left Beanie's to go to the next place.
Oh, okay, I see.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
Instead of just doing it all in one shot.
Right, we split it.
We split it.
I get what you're saying. Okay, so what did we do first?
I mean, first we found that wallet, and then we got into that whole...
Well, that was a whole mess. So, we get out of the parking garage, first of all. So, also, Morristown Parking Authority is another thing that has nice parking, just as a side note. It was a little more expensive than our experience at Rahway, which still has the best parking scenario we've ever had.
Right.
But...
Wasn't it free?
No, Rahway cost a little bit.
Oh, I remember Rahway, near the Holy Cow.
Yeah, what was the one we went to after that was free? Where did we go?
We went to Metuchen.
Metuchen was free. That was a good parking scenario, too. But anyway.
Because it was free.
Yeah, Morristown was decent as well, and it was pretty close by. But we leave the parking garage, we make one turn, and Paul finds a wallet on the street.
Oh.
And we're, looking around. We look at the ID in it. The guy whose picture, or, a man who looked like that picture, had recently walked past us going back towards the parking garage. So I said, oh, maybe that's the guy. We'll go see if he's still around.
Yeah.
So we go back, and he's not there. And we're, like, hanging out at the exit thinking, oh, maybe if it is him, he'll come back down looking for his wallet, and he didn't come out. So at this point, we've been in the car. We had been in the car for a while, because Morristown's not close to where we live. It's about an hour away. So we had been in the car for an hour, and now we're, like, trying to look for this guy and his wallet, and we can't find anything. So, at this point, I really had to pee.
Yes.
So I said, let's get walking towards Beanie's, and if we happen to see a police station or something, we can, ask about it, or we can sit down and see if there's a phone number or something else in the wallet.
Which we didn't find any.
No. So we walk, and we end up at a Starbucks. And they don't let you use the bathroom unless you buy something, so that's fun. And then you also need a fancy code to get into the bathroom now, which is like a whole thing.
Right.
I don't know if it's...
They seem to take their security very seriously.
Yeah. I've heard things about that it's like...
Is that a thing within all the Starbucks now?
I don't know if it's all Starbucks or if it's Starbucks in like
high-end areas,
more city type areas.
Oh, okay.
Because I've heard, and I don't know if this is true, I've heard that that's like to
stop people from doing drugs back there.
Deter like homeless folks from using the restrooms, or to other people from using it to do unsavory business in there, and I don't know. I guess
it makes sense.
It makes sense, but it's also just annoying.
Right.
So anyway, so I have to pee, so I have to buy a drink in order to pee, which is the epitome of irony, because I had to buy more liquid to go to the bathroom. But we sit down after that, and we're looking through the wallet, and I find the guy, or who I think is the guy, on Facebook. And so I send him a message. I'm like, hey, did you lose your wallet in Morristown? We think we found it. It was by this street. Let me know if this is you. If it's not you, then never mind.
Yeah.
And
I
still never got an answer back, by the way. It's been a week and a half. Or at least a full week.
Yeah, it's been like a full week.
No, I've got nothing.
And, he, it looks like he hasn't been on Facebook in like...
6 years.
6 years, so that's probably the reason why.
Yeah, it's fine. But anyway.
So yeah, we dropped it off at a police station, and they dealt with it.
Mm-hmm. So we did our due diligence, but I felt bad. Like, the dude's ID was in there, all the credit cards.
He probably canceled them all, like, immediately.
Yeah, I know I would have. There was a lot of stuff in there.
Yes.
But, so, other than the wallet shenanigans, we also, before ice cream, we went to have an actual meal because,
You should eat on an empty stomach.
You have to have your meal before dessert, right? That's like a thing.
Right.
Also, I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel sick if I eat sweets on an empty stomach.
Yeah, I do too.
So I like to have a little something substantial beforehand.
I learned my lesson that time. I ate 10 Reese's peanut butter cups on an empty stomach, and my acid reflux almost murdered me.
Oh, yeah. Reese's peanut butter is oily.
It ended really bad.
Yeah, that would not be fun. So we went to the Morristown Diner after much speculation of deciding where to go, and Paul refusing to let me go to Nam.
Well, it's a bad place. We got out of there for a reason.
Stop saying that.
Okay.
NOM is a Tex-Mex restaurant in the area of Morristown.
Sure it is.
Which I would like to go to at some point because it sounds fun.
And I'm allergic to fun.
And yeah, Paul hates fun, so we went to the diner instead. And while we were at the diner, what did we do at the diner?
Ate. Did we do something that's specific? Oh, right. The fun little puzzles on the back of it.
Yeah, says the guy allergic to fun was so excited to do the kitty menu word search and
I'm pretty sure
puzzle games.
I'm pretty sure it was you who was excited to do it.
You flipped the page over and said, "Oh my god, look at this!" And I said, "Oh my god, let's get pens." And then we did it together.
I had pens, luckily.
Yeah,
I always have pens, and I think basically what I was happy about was the fact that they gave kids something to do other than sit on their iPads, like when they're waiting for food to come, because kids are broken nowadays.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. Okay, that was so dramatic.
That was so dramatic. What the hell?
Guys, we have the door closed because we're recording and our cat is dramatically just flopped on the floor and meowed like he's being held captive against his will.
I've never seen him do that before.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Okay. Oh, did he eat?
He ate.
Wet food? Okay, then he's just being dramatic. I don't know what his problem is. So we played the fun games on the kids menu, and as it turns out, I'm not smarter than like a 6-year-old because I messed up the matching game.
I did well with that.
Like an imbecile.
You just were faster than me with the word searches and the crossword stuff.
Yeah, I did do well on the word search. I almost messed up the maze, though. It's hard to do a maze in pen.
Maybe me making those word searches is my revenge against you for beating me in them.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. So, we had a nice time at the diner. I got a wrap. Paul got Eggs Benedict.
Mm-hmm. And then we left and did the thing that we're here to talk about.
Yeah. Then we walked over to Beenie's.
Yes.
Which is close by.
Very close. And we finally got our ice cream. And so we went in. It was very comfy. They had outdoor seating on the inside. That was an interesting thing for me.
Oh, like the picnic tables, you mean?
Yeah, they had the picnic tables. And then we went and got our ice cream. And yeah, the rest is history.
Yay.
So I think now is the time when we could talk about, like, what we got.
Okay. Do you want to talk about your experience first?
Yes. Sure. So I got. Where did I put it? Oh. Here. Hold on.
I'm holding.
Holding. All right. So at Beanie's, let's see. I had cherry vanilla ice cream in a vanilla waffle cone. I originally was going to go for that. What was it? The fancy.
Black cherry amaretto.
I was going to go for the black cherry amaretto. Amaretto. Yeah.
Amaretto.
Yeah, and it was pretty good, but one, I don't drink alcohol, and two, I also don't like
chocolate.
I don't like chocolate that much. At least chocolate chips I don't like. So I was like, this is pretty good, but I also don't really like two of the things in it, so I'm going to skip it. So I ended up just going with the regular cherry vanilla ice cream. I'm pretty sure that was it. I don't think I got any double. No, they gave us 1 scoop each. I remember distinctly. I commented on it.
Yeah, we got the small scoops.
That was a small scoop? That place really was expensive.
I told you.
Anyway, yeah, it was pretty good ice cream. I liked the cone. The cone was pretty tasty. It wasn't as good as the cone from, like, let's say, Nicholas Creamery, but it was still pretty good.
I've still never had a cone at Nicholas Creamery.
Oh, you gotta try it.
I gotta get the exact same thing I got.
Maybe we should order
Beanie's.
Nicholas Creamery. Can they deliver a cone? Or
I'm sure they could. They probably have to put it separate, though, you know?
Yeah. But it was pretty good. I ate it. But yes, a little expensive. But we'll get to that. So, it was a nice place with a nice theme. It had a water dispenser with free water.
That was nice.
Yes, I for some reason that stuck out to me. It sticks out to me a lot when there's, like, free water in places. Like, there was a free water dispenser also in the Baked Bear, if I remember correctly.
There was one in the Baked Bear. I forgot about that.
I remember weird little things like that. and they had a picture of the dog. Again, another weird thing that I always focus on, they had a very clean bathroom.
That's important, though.
It is. They kept it up. And the employees were nice. As I said, the only issue really was the price.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for
your bank statement?
Looking at my credit card. Hang on. Pulling that up.
Alright. But yeah, they had the cute picture of the dog. They had stuff on the walls. They had the weird indoor seating thing with outdoor tables and stuff like that. It was nice. I can't really think of much else to mention, other than the fact that they were offering us free samples.
Yeah, we could have gotten, and we should have taken advantage of more, to be honest, because they had some really cool flavors. But we'll probably eventually go back someday.
Yeah.
When you take me to Nam. For a thing, because I want to try.
Most people try and get out, and you want to go back.
You better stop making that joke, man.
All right.
I would say it's too soon, but even that seems like a weird excuse.
Yes.
Anyway. So, in the land of cherry vanillas, where does this one stack up? Is Ryan's still your favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, Ryan's is still the best.
Okay.
And I really need them to open up already.
They're coming soon, it said.
All right.
Yeah.
They better be.
All right. So, now is my turn. Funny enough, I was recommended to try this specific flavor at this place from a coworker who went there.
A coworker, so not the student?
Not the student, a coworker.
Okay.
She knows that we do the ice cream podcast, and so every time she goes to any ice cream place, she's like, "Oh, I went here and I tried this. You should, blah blah blah." And she said, "Is she
a connoisseur of ice cream?"
I don't know if she's a connoisseur. She's a foodie.
Oh, okay.
Like a big, she's
to be trusted.
She's a snacker. I trust her definitely, and she's like the type of person. So, and I'm not being stereotypical because she's a Jewish mother, so she just like loves to feed everyone.
Oh.
That's like her thing.
Yep, that makes sense.
And so, even though she's not that much older than me, but she's just like, oh, you gotta have a snack, and here's the thing, So anyway.
Got it.
Point is, she told me that when she went to Beanie's, she tried the honey lavender flavor that they have.
Oh, and that is so you.
And as you know, I love honey lavender ice cream. I am still waiting for Nicholas to make it again. Cough,
is that
cough.
why we haven't gone over there?
Maybe. That could be part of it.
Was that cough cough me bringing you over, or is that cough cough for Nicholas?
To Nicholas, like, hey, get your act together over there, Nicholas.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna have to keep driving an hour north to Beanie's because it's apparently always on their menu. It's not a seasonal thing over there. So
dang.
Maybe
they freeze their own. Well, they make their own, which means that maybe they just have a bunch of frozen lavender flowers.
Yeah, maybe they grow it or something. I don't know. It could be a thing. But the point is, so Beanie's has honey lavender, and so dang well I'm gonna try it. And so I tasted it. I'd confirmed if it was good or not before I got the whole thing, because that's what I always do with any lavender item. I get nervous that it's gonna be too perfumey, so I make sure I try a sample if I can.
But it was good.
And it was amazing. So I got some, and I had it, and it was yummy. And not only was it really yummy and refreshing, and it had a good balance between the honey and lavender flavor, but something I will say it has over Nicholas is that it was prettier. Theirs actually had more of the purple hue.
Yeah.
Than Nicholas's did when I tried it.
And it was tasty from the little bit that you let me have.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to give me a lot.
No, because I didn't want any of yours.
True, there was no sharing. There was no
trading this time. So I really enjoyed it. I got the honey lavender and the vanilla waffle cone. And something else to think about at Beanie's. They have multiple options for waffle cone flavors. They had vanilla or cinnamon. We both went with vanilla just because that went better with the flavors we chose.
Right, I feel like cinnamon is such a particular flavor that it could only go with certain things.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you were to get that, they have Cinnamon Toast Crunch ice cream, and you get that in a cinnamon waffle cone, I feel like that would be, like, peak ice cream treat.
Peak.
Yes. So it was really good and pretty, and it had a good texture, and the cone, I really like the cone, because again, I still haven't had the Nicholas cone, so I can't
We
judge
gotta
it.
go so you can try it.
Yeah.
Maybe we can call them up soon and ask them if they have lavender, and if they do, then we'll go over there.
All right.
So lavender with a Nicholas cone, your brain will explode.
Yeah, I swear it might. So that would be cool. And yeah, it was really cute. It had a nice atmosphere. I have pictures of like the art on the walls, and they have reviews from other customers on the walls, and little cute seating areas, and it's just like, it's really nice. I imagine in the summer it's probably mobbed.
Yeah, they I bet you that they make bank.
Mm-hmm.
And did you say they're open year round?
Mm-hmm. They have different hours in the winter. It's like shorter, but as far as I know, yeah, summer hours are every day noon to 10:30, and non-summer hours, they aren't open on Mondays, but every other days they're open noon to 10:30.
So yeah, they have lavender all year round.
That's what I've been told.
That's pretty crazy.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't even notice this.
What?
So I took a picture of the wall, not the wall, the door to Beanie's, to get the picture of the logo and the hours, and there is a sticker on the door that is says that this is a safe place for members of the LGBTQ community.
Oh, that is nice.
And I think that's nice. I like that. Just another point for Beanies.
Yes. It's a pretty nice place.
They're also apparently a participant in Morristown Restaurant Week.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay. I thought maybe you looked into it and found out what it is.
No, not sure.
I guess it's just a week that they push a lot of food.
It must be. But I gotta tell you, this place did not disappoint. It came very highly recommended.
From everyone.
From everyone I've spoken to. My coworker who tried the ice cream, my student who used to work there, and then everybody knows at this point Superfan Annie.
Our only fan?
Because we reference her constantly.
No, definitely not our only fan.
Don't say that. But yeah, Superfan Annie sent me a message on Instagram about 2 days after we went to Beanie's.
Telling us about it?
Because apparently they also have a special thing that you can do. I don't know how you do this, but apparently you can create your own ice cream flavor.
What the heck? So what, you bring in your own stuff and they mix it into the ice cream?
No, you choose your base of a flavor, then you select your mix-ins, and then they do it, and you can also choose a swirl, and then it'll go into the freezer for 24 hours, and then it comes out. So I guess you have to, like, probably call ahead and say, I would like to make this ice cream flavor
in so way.
And this
and
is what I want.
they'll be like...
It says you can do it online, too. So hang on, let me look that up. Let me look into that. Because maybe we'll do that in the future. But that could be a fun little mini episode.
Yeah. Like the Beanie's custom ice cream experience.
Yes. So
is it the time?
I think it's time.
Okay.
Let me pull up the tier list.
All right. I'm surprised you don't have this ready to go at all times.
What do you mean?
In the sense that I feel like every single time it gets to this point, we always have to go through a whole bunch of clicking and clacking in to find the list. I guess it doesn't matter.
It's part of our charm, Paul.
Oh, and then it ends up to me to keep the conversation going.
It's
my job.
Oh my god, I don't know what it is because my brain stopped working in the mid-sentence there.
You gotta get that brain braining.
But before we actually go over the tier list, just a quick sidebar. So we got 2 small waffle cones, and it was $16.40.
Yeah, and that's
which is
like
$8 a cone.
Which kind
for
of
a small, which is a lot.
Yeah, that's like one of the only things that we could really say would be an issue with this place.
Yeah.
That is not.
That is a hindrance. But like Morristown historically is kind of a higher end area.
So it makes sense.
So it makes sense. And if they're using the ingredients that are like naturally sourced, and
if
they're making their own base and they're doing things on their own, it makes sense, but it still just is like, oof. A barrier for some. Could be a barrier.
Yeah.
For sure.
For anyone who's like in the area and they're not usually there.
Mm-hmm.
But also I feel like the minimum wage doesn't really change depending on where you go, so yeah, it's a barrier.
Right. Anyway, so now is the moment you've all been waiting for. We're going to try to place this thing. So before we do, let's go over our tier list as of last episode. So in the S tier, we have Allstead Farms, Frozen Flavors, Ice Cream Monster, Milkcraft, Surreal Creamery, Ryan's Homemade Ice Cream, Mystic Drawbridge, Friendlies, and The Baked Bear.
And in the A tier, we have Nicholas Creamery, Gabriel's Fountain, Strollo's Lighthouse, Uncle Louie G's, Sweet Ice Creamery, Sunday Afternoon, Sundays, Carvel, Holy Cow, Coney Waffle, Smoothie King, and Frozen Yo Cafe.
In the B tier, we have Ralph's Famous Italian Ice, Baskin Robbins, Ben & Jerry's, What's the Scoop, Pinkberry, Haagen-Dazs, Duck Donuts, and Jersey Breeze.
In the C tier, we have Rita's, Crazy's, Cold Stone Creamery, Shake Shack, Dairy Queen, and Sonic.
And in the D tier, we have Magnificos and Mini Melts.
Man, that list is getting big.
Yeah.
Did it just go up another, level?
Row? Yeah, recently.
Okay.
So, I have an idea.
Okay. What's your idea, Holly?
I want to place it on the A tier.
I was going to agree with that. But I was thinking the lower end of A tier.
Oh, and really?
Not because the flavor's bad or anything. It's just that price is kind of a big thing.
Yeah, I could see that. But I was going to we put Holy Cow in the middle, and they were kind of expensive as well.
But I also just loved that gelato. That specifically, really impressed me. So that's why I put it, on a little bit higher.
See, the honey lavender is what's getting me here.
Okay.
Plus they have some additional, fun flavors that we haven't tried. And even the fact, we didn't do it, but the fact that they have the ability where you can make a custom flavor, that's cool. That's something we haven't seen in other places.
So where would you want to put it?
I was thinking after Strollo's. Now that's 4th on the list, though. Is that too high, you think?
I got nervous about the recording. Sorry.
It's okay.
So after
Strollo's, before Uncle Luigi's.
I really like Uncle Luigi's, honey. And they gave you so much for your dollar.
They did. That was, if you want value, Uncle Luigi's is definitely gonna be the place to go. Hey, I have an idea that has nothing to do with the tier list, but it is just a thing I think we should do at the end of the season.
What?
What if we do not Oscars, but an awards thing of
the best
whatever. Best value, best flavors, best
do that price, at the end of the year?
That kind of thing. Different categories in our finale.
For our 54th episode or for our 55th?
It would be 53rd, I think.
Okay.
Would be that episode.
I'm good with that. That sounds fun.
Okay, very fun. But before we can do that, we got to figure out where to put everything else.
All right. Personally, I think after Uncle Luigi's.
I can live with that. That I will accept.
Deal?
Deal.
Okay.
So
A tier. After Uncle Luigi's, it is.
Sounds good to me. So, once again, we've made it through another episode. This has been episode 38. 38 weeks of Scooped Podcast are in the books.
It's impressive.
Look at us go. And we have no shortage of ice cream places because literally yesterday, no, it wasn't yesterday. What day was it?
I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I was driving, it was Thursday night. I was driving because I chaperoned the prom for work, and I drove past an ice cream shop in Cranford that I had never seen or heard of before.
It just doesn't stop. There's just more.
It just doesn't stop. They just keep coming, and we just keep trying.
They can't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
Mm-hmm. It's literally just like Smash Mouth said.
Yes, but ice cream.
Yes. So anyway, this has been episode 38 of Scooped Podcast. Thank you, as always, for listening to us. Be sure, if you haven't already, to follow us on all of the social medias, YouTube, Spotify, etc., using the handle @Scooped Podcast. Be sure to follow, like, and subscribe so you always know where to go for your Frozen favorites. If you are so inclined, be sure to log into our Ko-fi account, donate to us so we can continue to afford ice cream at places like Beanie's that are kind of expensive but are really, really good.
Yeah, we're definitely in the red. So far in the red right now.
We have ice cream debt. And as per usual, the best way to support us is by tuning in. So if you, oh my god, my brain stopped again.
That happens. To me a lot.
The best way to support us is by tuning in. So be sure to do that next week for a review of a smoothie bowl shop started by surfers.
And the second half of our Morristown trip.
Nope.
Wait, what? Oh, I thought we were going to do the other.
Nope.
Got it.
That's not on the schedule yet.
That's not on the schedule yet?
No.
Wow, we got a ways to go for that.
Yep.
At least I wrote everything down.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well...
And we'll find out about the rest of our Morristown trip in a future episode. But this is something else.
Okay. Yes. Well, see you then.
Bye.